Welcome to the Explainer. So you're looking to make your first $100 on the side, but you're not sure where to start. You are in exactly the right place. Today we're going to break down 7 really powerful side hustles you can start right now, and this is all based on the real-world experience of creator Steve from Call to Leap.
Okay, so there are a million side hustle ideas out there, right? It's a lot, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. The real question isn't just how can I make money? The question is which path actually fits me, my skills, my personality, because there's no one-size-fits-all answer here.
So, to cut through all that noise, we've organized these 7 hustles into 3 very different paths. Think of it as a simple framework to help you figure out exactly where you might fit and best. All right, let's dive into our first path. We're calling this one Digital Hustles, and it's for all you builders out there, the people who love the idea of creating something once that can earn money over and over, even while you sleep. First up, AI-powered writing. And look, this isn't about just hitting a button and letting a robot do everything. No way. It's about using amazing new tools like ChatGPT to supercharge your writing process for businesses that desperately need help with their websites, their blogs, you name it. So let's look at the stats on this. The time investment is surprisingly low, a 4 out of 10. And why is that? Well, once you get the hang of these AI tools, you can create content at an absolutely incredible speed. The main challenge, and why the difficulty is a 6, is just finding that very first client. And this right here, this just nails the point home. Steve from Call to Leap said he used AI to do a task that honestly would have taken him days, maybe even weeks before. And he got it done in one afternoon. That's the kind of power we're talking about. Okay, so sticking with this idea of building digital assets, our second hustle is creating digital products. This is the holy grail for a lot of people. Build it once, sell it forever. We're talking about things like ebooks, digital templates, or maybe a cool spreadsheet that solves a very specific problem for a very specific audience. Now, let's be real, this one is all about the trade-off. It takes more time up front, for sure. And breaking through all the noise to make that first $100, it's tough, an 8 out of 10 on difficulty. But, and this is a big but, the payoff is huge. The potential for truly passive income is absolutely massive. And man, that feeling when it finally works, it's something else. Steve tells this great story about just walking his dog when his phone buzzed. It was his first sale. He wasn't at a desk, he wasn't working, his digital asset was working for him. That's the dream. All right, our third digital hustle is creating an online course. And honestly, the best place to start is to ask yourself a super simple question. What are people always asking you for help with? Whatever that skill is, that's probably the perfect topic for your first course. Seriously, don't overthink this. Steve puts it perfectly here. If you can break down a skill for a friend, step by step, just like you would over coffee, then you have everything you need to build a really valuable course. All right, changing gears now. Let's talk about our second path. This one's for the teachers. This is for those of you who really get energized by interacting directly with people, sharing what you know one-on-one or in a small group. And that brings us to hustle number 4, tutoring and coaching. This is maybe the most straightforward way to turn what you already know into cash. It doesn't matter if you're an expert in math or fitness or even a specific piece of software. Now, this is definitely active income, right? You are trading your time for money. But notice the difficulty to earn that first $100 is only a 6 out of 10. Why? Well, because the magic here is referrals. Once you get a couple of clients and do an amazing job, they start telling their friends. That's how you build momentum. And check this out. This shows you exactly how that growth can happen. Steve literally started out tutoring at just $20 an hour, but then he got referrals, which built his credibility, so he raised his rates. And eventually, he started doing group sessions, which let him earn even more per hour while charging each student less. Genius. Okay, on to our final path, and this one is for the artists, the visual thinkers, the storytellers, and basically anyone who just loves making things look and feel awesome. Let's kick things off with video editing. I mean, think about it. We are living in the golden age of video content, right? YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, it's absolutely exploding. And skilled video editors, they're not just a nice to have anymore, they are essential. Now, check out these ratings because they tell a really interesting story. The time investment, a 9 out of 10. This is not quick work. But the difficulty to get your first $100? A 4 out of 10, super low. So what gives? It's pure, simple supply and demand.
Okay, I want you to look at this number. 66 million. What on earth could that be?
That is how many YouTube creators there are in the world. And guess what? Most of them, the huge majority, either don't have the time or don't have the skill to edit their own videos. That's your market. It is enormous. All right, let's wrap this up with our last two hustles, and people get these confused all the time, so let's clear it up. Think of it like this. Web design is like being the architect and the builder of a house. You create a functional website that works. Graphic design is like being the interior designer. You create the logos, the banners, the visuals, the stuff that gives the brand its personality. And you can see that difference right here in the numbers. Graphic design is generally a little quicker to learn and a bit easier to land that first client. You can even use amazing tools like Canva to get your first paid gig. Web design, it's a bigger time commitment, for sure, but it can also lead to much bigger long-term projects.
So look, it doesn't matter which one of these 7 ideas you're leaning towards. These 3 things are absolutely key to getting that first $100. First, start small. Don't try to be perfect, just get started. Second, over-deliver for your first few clients. And third, and this is so important, get testimonials. That social proof is everything when you're starting out.
So we're going to leave you with this. The question really isn't if you have a skill that's valuable, because you absolutely do. The real question, the one you should be asking yourself right now, is who are you going to help first?